Across history, there are rare individuals whose minds dance with curiosity, whose laughter echoes through laboratories, and whose joy for discovery becomes contagious. People who remind us that science is not cold or distant, it is alive, playful, and deeply human. Welcome back to this channel, where we explore the lives of extraordinary human beings, dreamers, thinkers, rebels, and creators whose journeys remind us that knowledge is not just power. It is wonder. If you seek inspiration, courage, and the strength to pursue your own path, then you are in the right place. Today, we step into the life of a man who turned physics into poetry, who solved problems with mischief in his eyes, and who lived with a heart full of curiosity. This is the cinematic, inspiring story of Richard Feynman, the joyful genius who taught the world how to think. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Boy from Far Rockaway. Richard Phillips Feynman was born on May 11, 1918, in Far Rockaway, New York. His father, Melville, was a uniformed salesman with a philosopher's heart. His mother, Lucille, was warm, humorous, and full of life. From the beginning, Richard was different. He built radios from spare parts. He fixed neighbors' appliances. He created circuits, alarms, and gadgets before he was 10. His father taught him the most important lesson of his life. Understand things for yourself, not memorize, not repeat. Understand. This became the foundation of his genius. Chapter 2. The Joy of Curiosity. Richard's childhood was filled with experiments. He dropped marbles down ramps. He studied ants. He dismantled radios just to see how they worked. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. He wasn't trying to be a scientist. He was simply following joy. His father encouraged questions. His mother encouraged laughter. Together, they raised a boy who believed learning should feel like play. Chapter 3. The Young Physicist. Feynman entered MIT as a physics student. He was brilliant, but more importantly, he was fearless. He challenged professors. He solved problems in unconventional ways. He refused to accept anything he didn't understand deeply. He once said, "If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it." This philosophy shaped his entire life. Chapter 4. Love and Light. During his time at MIT, Richard fell in love with Arlene Greenbaum, a girl with a radiant smile and a gentle spirit. They were inseparable. They laughed together. They dreamed together. But Arlene was diagnosed with tuberculosis, a deadly disease at the time. Richard refused to leave her. He married her despite his family's objections. Their love became a sanctuary, tender, fragile, and profound. Chapter 5. Princeton and the Path to Genius. Feynman entered Princeton for his PhD. There, he met giants of physics: Einstein, Pauli, von Neumann. He was young, energetic, and unafraid. He developed new mathematical techniques. He solved problems others avoided. He impressed even the greatest minds. But while his intellect soared, his heart was breaking. Arlene's health worsened. She was hospitalized. Richard visited her every day. He studied physics in the hallway outside her room. He solved equations while holding her hand. Love and science intertwined in the most painful way. Chapter 6. The Manhattan Project. In 1943, Feynman joined the Manhattan Project at Los Alamos. He was only 24. He was brilliant. He was grieving. Arlene was dying. Richard worked through the nights. He visited her whenever he could. At Los Alamos, he became famous for his curiosity and mischief. He cracked safes. He picked locks. He questioned everything. He wasn't trying to be rebellious. He was trying to understand. But the weight of the atomic bomb haunted him. He later said, "I have blood on my hands." Chapter 7. The Death of Arlen. In 1945, Arlen passed away at age 25. Richard was devastated. He sat by her bed, holding her hand, whispering goodbye. He wrote her a letter after her death, a letter he never sent, sealed for decades. It ended with, "I love you, my sweetheart." Her loss shaped him forever. It deepened his compassion. It softened his heart. It made him cherish life's simple joys. Chapter 8. Rebuilding a Life. After the war, Feynman accepted a position at Cornell University. He was brilliant, but broken. He struggled with depression. He felt empty, but slowly joy returned. He played bongos. He learned to draw. He studied nature. He rediscovered curiosity. He realized that life, despite its pain, was still beautiful. Chapter 9. Quantum Electrodynamics. In the late 1940s, Feynman revolutionized physics. He developed quantum electrodynamics, QED, a theory explaining how light and matter interact. He invented Feynman diagrams, simple drawings that made complex equations understandable. His work was groundbreaking, elegant, revolutionary. In 1965, he won the Nobel Prize in Physics, but he accepted it with humility, saying, "I don't like honors. I just like to understand." Chapter 10. The Teacher. Feynman joined Caltech, where he became one of the greatest teachers in history. His lectures were legendary. He used humor, stories, and simple language. He made physics feel alive. Students adored him. Colleagues admired him. The world listened. He believed teaching was not about transferring information. It was about igniting curiosity. Chapter 11. The Adventurer. Feynman lived life with childlike wonder. He cracked safes at Los Alamos. He played bongos in Brazilian samba bands. He learned languages for fun. He solved puzzles for pleasure. He explored art, biology, and philosophy. He believed curiosity was the essence of being human. He once said, "I would rather have questions that can't be answered than answers that can't be questioned." Chapter 12. The Challenger Disaster. In 1986, Feynman was asked to join the commission investigating the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. He was older now, weaker, battling cancer. But he accepted. He uncovered the truth, a faulty O-ring that failed in cold temperatures. During a live hearing, he dipped the O-ring in ice water, showing the world how it lost elasticity. He said, "For a successful technology, reality must take precedence over public relations." His courage forced NASA to confront its failures. Chapter 13. The Final Years. Feynman continued teaching, exploring, and laughing even as cancer spread through his body. He refused to stop learning. He refused to stop questioning. He refused to stop living. He once said, "I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of not living enough." He lived fully until the very end. Chapter 14. The Last Breath. On February 15, 1988, Richard Feynman passed away at age 69. His final words were, "I'd hate to die twice. It's so boring." Even in death, he was playful, curious, fearless. The world lost a giant, but gained a legacy of joy. Chapter 15. The Final Reflection. Richard Feynman once said, "The pleasure of finding things out is the greatest joy in life." His life embodied that truth. He turned science into art. He turned curiosity into courage. He turned learning into laughter. He reminds us that greatness is not about being serious. It is about being sincere. Not about being perfect, but being passionate. Not about knowing everything, but wanting to know more. Richard Feynman did not just understand the universe. He celebrated it. Thank you for spending this time exploring the life of Richard Feynman. If this story inspired you, moved you, or opened your heart to new possibilities, then carry its message with you. Every question is a doorway, every curiosity is a spark, and every life, including yours, holds the power to discover something extraordinary. This channel exists to remind you of that truth. Until next time, stay curious, stay courageous, and keep exploring.